The first part was when I explained to you what are the contents of the roadmap. The second part was where I explained to you how do you present your roadmap, or what are the different types of readers and what do they expect. And now the final part, what are the tools that I recommend for doing your roadmap. Hi guys, welcome back to another fun conversation with me, your favorite tech girl. And in this video, we're going to be talking about product roadmaps and how you should think about while preparing one. So without further ado, let's get going. And before we get started, hi guys, quick introductions. My name is Aarushi and I have about 7 years of experience building tech products. In these 7 years, I've worked across multiple startups in India and now in the Middle East. And I'm right now working as a senior product manager at Noon, which is one of the biggest e-commerce players in the MENA region. Before Noon, I have worked as a developer, then I did my MBA, turned into marketeer, then into product manager, and now content creator. So I'm doing a lot of stuff, learned a lot of things in this journey, and I'm here to share it all with you. So in this channel, we talk about all things tech, product, and general career adulting. And today's video is especially about product. Well, not so about product. I think roadmaps are essential for any kind of a person working in a professional business management oriented space, but more so for product. So we'll talk about product roadmap, and if you're someone who works in the business side, or if you're someone who works in any way related to product, you might want to understand about product roadmap a bit more. Otherwise, also roadmaps are generally essential for anyone who's working in the business side, right? So without further ado, let's first understand what a roadmap is. A roadmap is a document which will tell anyone who looks at it what are we trying to do, by when will we have it, why are we doing it, and how are we doing it. So it answers 3 W's and 1 H: the what, why, when, and the H of it, and the how of it. Now, why is this document important? This document is important because there are a lot of people who are usually involved in reaching an outcome. So let's say, like in this video, I'll give you an example. Let's not pick up a product example, let's pick up a real life example. Let's say I want to run a 5K marathon. Not that I can, I think I'm pretty unhealthy to do that, but yes, that's what I want to do. I am really unfit and I want to put myself through a 5K marathon so that I can, bulk up. So now to do that, I will decide that for my 5K marathon, which is my final objective, the main objective, what do I need to do? I probably need to lose some weight. I probably need to do some training. I probably also need to, build up the muscle mass or build up the stamina to run. So, maybe these 3 things. I need to lose weight, I need to do some training, and I need to build up some stamina. Now this is the 3 things that I need to do to be able to run a 5K. So these are my hows of it. These are the 3 ways by which I will achieve my what? The 5K. So the what and the how have now been arranged. Now with the what and the how in place, the 2 more questions that need to be answered is when and why. Now, why do I need to do, or why do I need to lose my weight to achieve the goal of the marathon? That is the most important question in the roadmap, and this question needs to be answered before the roadmap even gets done. So again, coming back to my 5K marathon example, now when I start thinking about running a 5K marathon, I might consult a few people. That might be my research. Now this consultation could be reading online reports, checking out what other people who are running 5K marathons are doing, and so on, which is similar to what a product manager does. They'll check out competitors, they'll do some research by asking people who've done the same thing before and try to understand how do you do it, how other people have done it. So that's number 1. The other thing that I could do is I could reach out to an expert, maybe a trainer or someone who I know is expert in the fitness industry, and I reach out to them and ask them what do they think I need to do. Now this is the second thing that a PM could do. They could reach out to seniors within their own organizations or other PM in the industry to ask them how they have done something before. So this is the research angle of it, and through that research I understand that to get my 5K I need to achieve these 3 outcomes, which is lose weight and so on and so forth. Now each of the times when I speak to someone, I will also try to understand that okay, if I achieve my weight goal but I don't achieve my other goals, will that still help me achieve the 5K goal, like my major milestone or not? So you'll also try to put all of your hows into priority. So I might decide basis on the feedback that I've gotten from my trainers and basis other people's experience that for me, given my current scenario, I might need to build up the stamina more than losing weight, because my current weight is really not that bad. People who are heavier than me have actually run 5K, so maybe my weight is not my problem, but my stamina is, to be honest. Yes, my stamina is I just can't do cardio. Anyway, jokes apart, but yeah, so you basically figure out that yes, building up the stamina is the most important thing in this scenario. So now I have put my house into priority order. Building the stamina is the first thing, training is the second thing, and then losing weight is the third one. So now I've got my priority in place. Now the whys are also in place, that why do I need to do these three things only, and why in this specific order. Usually in a product scenario, your prioritization is not just about about just the impact, that which of the three things has the most impact, but it is also on which of the three things can be done speedily. So for example, if losing weight was one thing that would have impacted and I could do that really soon, maybe I'll start with that. Quick wins are always useful because at least you've moved a little bit closer to the goal. So you also have to usually like the usual prioritization mechanisms are, the effort into impact base, which is how much effort would something take and how much impact it will have. If they're both high, that's the best thing. I mean, if the effort is high and the impact is high, well, it's a good thing to do. If the effort is low and the impact is high, well, that's your sweet spot. So you basically try to get the lowest kind of effort and the highest kind of impact. But otherwise, you want to still optimize for the effort, for the impact, and the effort could be, anything, given you have the resources and the bandwidth and so on. But anyway, sorry for blabbering so much. The point is that in the roadmap, you might prioritize things. There are different frameworks for prioritization. Like I said, effort into impact is one. There's also a RICE framework, which I have described over here. It's reach, into impact, into confidence, and effort. That's a slightly more complex version of the effort cross impact metric. I don't know, haters gonna hate me for this, but that's how I like to simplify these things. So I always go with effort cross impact because sometimes you just don't know what will lead to what. You don't know all the facts, so it's better to just go out and fail fast. That's my methodology to most things in life, but people can have different approaches. Some people like to be first time right and really do the analysis as much as they can. If you can, great, then go for the RICE approach, but effort cross impact usually does the job. Anyway, so you've got your prioritized list. Now coming back to the, like I said, the 3 W's and the H, you've got the what are we trying to do with this? Get the 5K marathon. How we are going to do it, we know the 3 things, we know why we are doing it. Now the final thing is when. That's the final question that your roadmap answers. By when will we have these things? Remember, while estimating, we did the effort of the thing, how much time it would take or how much effort it would take. But that is a key parameter while determining by when can I do it. So if something takes 10 days, if I start today, then 10 days from now I'll have it. But like I said, I wanted to prioritize for my goal of stamina. So maybe I decide that until my stamina is up till some mark, I wouldn't start focusing on my weight goal. So maybe for the first 15 days, I'll only focus on my stamina, and after that, for the next 10 days, I'll start focusing on my weight as well. So then my when for the stamina starts ticking from the 1st of the month, and 1st till 15th is only my stamina goal, and from 15th till 25th I start working on the weight goal. So your dates also determine on when you start something and how long it will take you to do it. Certain goals are more continuous, you'll keep working at it. Certain goals are more at time, it's just done, it's a boolean, white or a black or a white. But certain goals are more continuous, it's a more grayed out goal, so it depends on how you're trying to do something. But anyway, that's the final answer that your roadmap is trying to answer. Now with this, you have to take one last thing into account, that who is your roadmap being presented to. There are different types of roadmap. A roadmap could be presented to your engineering team, could be presented to your business team, could also be presented to your leadership. Depending on who is reading it, it might become more or less granular. Also, the answer that it needs to answer might change. Like for example, the when of it, I think, stays for everyone. Everyone wants to know when is something coming out. But the how of it or the what of it might be more important depending on the people. For example, engineers might not be that interested in the what of it, what are we trying to achieve, but they would still want to know how we are trying to do it. They would be more focused on what are the things that we need to do. On the other hand, your business team would be more focused on the when of it, of course, and also the why of it. Have we taken into account everything that we should have to prioritize it right? Is this the thing that, if she's trying to build stamina, is that the right thing that she should be doing right now? So that's your business team going to evaluate. So depending on who's going to read it, your main objective of the document would change. So if you're presenting it to your leadership, you need to know what is the answer they're trying to seek. They're not interested in the nitty-gritties and the granularities of your roadmap. They're more interested by when is something coming out and what are they building. Your business team, the why are they building, and your engineering team, the how are they building it. So make sure when you share your roadmap with these people, you have those right kinds of granularities. Now coming to the third and the final part of this video, what were the first two parts? The first part was when I explained to you what are the contents of the roadmap. The second part was where I explained to you how do you present your roadmap, or what are the different types of readers and what do they expect. And now the final part, what are the tools that I recommend for doing your roadmap. Of course, Jira is one thing that a lot of people use. I think Jira has this entire road mapping tool there, which is quite useful, works really well, but I don't really use it. I think Jira is not always shareable. Not everyone has access in the organization. It has a lot of things that don't work for me, and I think it's a little bit effort because I'm generally not that, I'm not that big of a Jira person. It just doesn't sit that well with me. I'm a very basic person. I go with Google Sheets. I think Google Sheets just do wonderfully. Plus, the timeline feature that they have there helps you put your roadmap in such a beautiful fashion, and it's right there in your screen as well. I think you can just use that framework. It's simple. It can be shared with anyone. Even if someone does not have a Google account, they can still look at it. So it's just very, very easy to share, and it's very useful. But apart from this, I think you could use any other tool that that your organization uses. Maybe Trello is something. Even Jira, like I said, is a good one, and simple old Excel sheets, they always work. It's just putting in those answers in place. Even slides work for some people. That's okay. Whatever framework, whatever format your organization is using, you could go back, refer to it. If you wanna introduce something, I would say go with Google Sheets. Sometimes PPTs also work. Whatever works, but just stick with it and circulate it to everyone. And make sure that you've got visualizations that everyone can look at. So if your engineers, they are looking at it, they can expand it to the right thing. Your founding team or your leadership, if they want to look at it, they have the right kind of summarization, and so on and so forth. So that's it for this video. With this, I hope you understood what a roadmap is, how you should put across to the right set of people, and what tools to use. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe to this channel, and do share it with your friends who also want to understand about product road mapping and generally about product and tech careers. So with this, I'll bid adieu, and I'll see you next time. Ta-da!